Pete, do you want to tell me why you have this with you?
Because Linda Parelli's here.
I have a bone to pick with Pete, though.
Okay.
Oh, God.
He told me and I'm a little disappointed in this. So who else is he telling us to?
Welcome to the Horse Talk Show, presented by Peterson and Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care. Now here's the Brit on the bit, Louisa Barton! Enjoy the show.
The Horse Talk Show broadcasts from the CEP's Equine Studios in downtown Ocala in the horse capital. Thank you for joining us on the Horse Talk Show, presented by Peterson Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care. Thank you to Larson Farms, they're our television broadcast sponsor.
Idaho's finest alfalfa.
I'm Louisa Barton.
I'm Dancing Pete Rhoda.
And we have a great show lineup for you.
We have an amazing show right now.
It's like star-studded, starting off with Dr. Adam Cayot. And stop Googling what that is. We'll tell you. He'll tell you. And then we have top world-renowned horse trainers sharing their wisdom with us. Linda Parelli and Luis Lucio are here with us in the studio. We think that's pretty exciting. And then we have our usual tips of the week to wrap up the show. And who else?
Tommy, the fence turner from Equifence.
I have to let him say it. What's new in the world of fencing horses in? He's the expert, and he'll tell you more about that in the second half of the show. We're going to say hi, first of all, to our folks out there who are listening on the Sky 97.3. I so appreciate all of you. We love you very much. And we also want to say our deep condolences and our prayers go out to all the families in Texas at the moment. We have been closely watching the horrible experience of the floods that happened there, and it's I've cried buckets over it. I'm sure most of you have as well. A very, very sad time, and many of those camps, very young children and horses and families, and just devastating and sad. I will say I did see on the news that the mountain mules have arrived, and I always love to see them hard at work, and they do such a great job. And I just want to say thank you to all the first responders who've left here from Marion County, and all the first responders on scene from across the nation who are there helping, and pray for them as well, because that cannot be easy. So please know that all of our thoughts are with you, and it's deeply saddening to all of us. But we're going to brighten things up now and tell you about that little hook at the beginning of the show there. Pete, what on earth was that?
That was us doing a fun thing for the kids for Marion County Theater with General Carousel.
Yes.
So Jenna Rivera and I did a little thing to say what we do in the horse world, and she wanted me to dress up with my horse.
You ride that horse quite well, Pete,
Thank you.
I have to say. So each week during the summer, up until actually July the 10th, the Gentle Carousel Miniature Therapy horses, in conjunction with the chamber here in our equine initiative, do a reading with horses every Thursday at 2:00. And before each time they read the book to the children and adults that are attending, we do a demonstration of different equine industry related jobs, so that young children can understand how many different opportunities there are for them when they graduate from high school, and different things they can do for work. So Pete and Jenna did a really great job last week demonstrating Jenna's job. Jenna is an exercise rider, and she also had jockey silks. And then she took off her jockey silks and had her vest and helmet on so she could show what she does. And then she talked a little bit about teaching therapeutic riding that she also does. And then they did a great job showing the different gaits that the horse moves in. So they demonstrated all of that, and the kids loved it. They were very engaged. They asked a lot of great questions. I thought it was very entertaining. And then, of course, they read the book. And
then the main character of the book comes out.
And the kids get to meet the horse. So just an amazing program. This is a program that Gentle Carousel Miniature Therapy horses actually do in all of our elementary schools throughout the school year. They're a 501c3, and they do great work. They visit all of our schools during the school year. But it's amazing to see that carrying on in the summertime and encouraging children to keep reading, encouraging literacy during the summer.
Because they get a free book on the way out.
Every single child gets a free book every single week. And Piranha was the sponsor the last few weeks, Piranha Animal Health, and they were there giving out the books to all the kids. So every child leaves with a book, and every child gets to meet the horse. So it was just a great experience. Very, very thankful.
Santa was there.
Even there in his Larson Hay shirt. So shout out to Santa for visiting us in the summer. That's wonderful. We are going to switch things up now, and we are going to take you to Dr. Adam Cayot. Here he is. Louisa Barton for the Horse Talk Show and the CEP's Equine Initiative, here with Dr. Adam Cayot from Peterson Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care, and we are going to talk about Acariasis.
Acariasis.
Yes, that. There you go.
I think so. I think that's what it is. So that's a fancy word for mange. Mange.
Well, we think of mange, but usually
scabies.
we think of dogs, you know.
Right. Well, it is. It's much more common in dogs. Typically, horses don't get it, luckily, but certainly they can. Obviously, it's characterized by, you know, a very itchy horse, and we kind of talked about allergies earlier. That probably should be on the list of differentials, but common things occur commonly, so it's probably more likely an allergy deal as opposed to mange, or, you know, and there's different kinds of mange depending on what type of bug is in there, what type of mite is in the skin and causing the issues. Sarcoptic mange, Carioptic mange, there's several. It can be diagnosed by typically a skin scraping, where you have the area and you scrape the skin, and then you can typically see the, you know, the mites under the microscope, or pieces of mites typically is what you'll see. And then you can treat them. Luckily, treatment is fairly easy. Just an ivermectin, either typically orally or subtopically, or topically, or both, generally takes care of the problem. Horses that would typically get that sort of thing are probably immune compromised some way or another anyway. So there might be some underlying issues as to why this particular horse got this problem. Many times it's associated with horses under obviously under poor husbandry skills, like really poor, like maybe they're starving, or they're in general poor health, and so they don't have the body defenses to fight back against these things. So a lot of times that's when you'll see it. You don't typically see it in your well taken care of horses. So as opposed to dogs, where they can, even general dogs that are just your regular farm dog that's taken care of can get it. So it's much more likely to see it in those four-legged friends than our horses. But luckily,
like a seizure of animals that perhaps had been starved in one of those situations that are
you're more likely to see it in something like that, because they're right, and they've had obviously they have stress, their body's been very stressed, they've been deprived food or whatever it is, and so the immune system is decreased, and it allows the opportunity for mites to seed themselves. Obviously, like I said, it's itching incessantly, pretty much. They can still do that with allergies, but I mean, they can scratch themselves to bleeding, basically. Even with allergies. So should be on the list, but typically if they're well taken care of, it's going to be down on the list. But that's if you wonder, and it's going to kind of be down on the list, so you're going to do other things first, probably. Right. But luckily it's pretty,
would give you that.
Skin scraping would tell you that. Yep. And the skin scraping is good to do anyway, a lot of times, especially if you have a particular hot spot or whatever, because you might have some underlying infection there, or it'll also let you see what bacteria is on the skin that might be causing an issue.
Antibiotics
to
knock that out would really help with the whole healing process anyway.
For sure. So luckily we don't see it very often. And
but you definitely would look for underlying things as well, and overall health of the horse if that was the case, because there really could be something else going on.
Absolutely.
And if a new horse came with that, you certainly would want to look into what other possibilities.
Correct. Exactly.
And keep it away from you.
Keep it away from you.
Keep it away from you and your other horses, right?
Exactly.
Yes. Good to know.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Adam Cayot. Louisa Barton for the Horse Talk Show and the CEP's Equine Initiative. Grateful for the foundation of excellence laid over 40 years ago by their founders, Peterson Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care continues to provide excellence in ambulatory and emergency care, surgery, internal medicine and sports medicine, with a lab and pharmacy, as well as the best in reproductive services at their Advanced Facility Centre in Summerfield. For more information, find them at petersonsmith.com or like them on Facebook now. The Larson family has been farming hay in Idaho for generations, with a mission to always provide high-quality hay products at a fair and reasonable price. Larson Hay loves to meet new customers while always honouring the ones they already have. Find Larson Hay on the web at larsonhay.com, like them on Facebook, and definitely visit one of their locations. Larson Hay, Idaho's finest alfalfa, and our television broadcast sponsor.
Faulty wiring is the leading cause of barn fires, and equine facilities have special electrical needs. The knowledgeable and licensed team of electricians at Pat Myers Electric will ensure you can achieve your vision for a safe and functional horse facility. For new builds, rewires, and updating, Pat Myers Electric team is ready to jump in and help keep your horses safe. With a farm of our own, we know you cannot take chances. For all your current barn needs, go to patmyerselectric.com.
Love presents itself in so many ways. It can be difficult to describe the bond between human and horse because it really transcends words. As we prepare for each ride, the most important thing in our mind is our horse's health and safety. Are we playing our part in this remarkable relationship? We want to go to sleep every night knowing that we did everything in our power to preserve this special bond. Piranha Animal Health, for the love of the horse.
The team of professionals at Equifence of Florida specialize in equestrian fencing, offering great communication, quality fencing, and all done in a timely manner. Reliable service with horse safety in mind all the time. Also offering customized residential, vinyl, wood, aluminium, and chain link fences services. Equifence of Florida, quality fencing done right to keep your animals safe. For more information, find Equifence of Florida on Facebook now.
Hi, this is Hall of Fame jockey Mike Smith. We're listening to the Horse Talk Show.
Back on the second segment of the Horse Talk Show, presented by Peterson Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care. Thank you to Larson Farms, our television broadcast sponsor.
Idaho's finest alfalfa.
I'm Louisa Barton.
I'm Dancing Pete Rhoda.
And if you like my shirt, I got it from Linda Parelli because she's good at everything. She's not just good at making horses happy, she's good at making people happy. It's amazing.
And even shirts happy.
Yes, this is her clothesline. So if you like my shirt, you need to check out Happy Horse, Happy Life. Hi, Linda.
Well, how do I follow that? Thank you very much.
That's a nice shirt too.
Yes. Guess where I got it?
Imagine. So I don't know why. I guess this is an old expression, I believe. I hope it doesn't date me terribly. But there's an expression that says, if mum's not happy, no one's happy. And in horseland where I live, it's if the horse isn't happy, no one's happy. And so when I think of happy horse, happy life, that's what I always think of. If the horse is not happy, no one's happy.
It's true.
It is, isn't it?
It's true. And it's kind of a brand name, but it's also a promise, you know? It's a tagline.
It is.
Because when I thought about what do I want to call my new program, I thought, well, what is it that I'm really passionate about? And it's happy horses and happy people. You know, it's got to be both. You can't have a happy horse with an unhappy person and vice versa.
That's so true.
Yeah, we've
That's
got
so true.
Have some skills and some knowledge, but I think the goal is the most important thing to start with.
It really is. And, you know, I don't think it matters whether you're a beginner, a trainer, a competitor, a student. I don't think it matters where you are. If you love animals and have a passion for animals, whether it's your dog or your horse or whatever your pet is. If it's a cat, it's difficult. I know, folks. Listen, you're never quite sure when they're happy. But sometimes it's only for a minute. I know, I have one. But if you love animals and have a passion for animals, you're only happy when they're happy.
That's true. And then, you know, what I realized is that a lot of people can't tell when a horse is happy. Like, they're happy when you're feeding them and giving them cookies or treats and whatever and petting them and scratching them. But if you ask most people what is a happy horse, how can you tell? They go, well, their ears aren't back. You know, it's like people don't know.
No.
And so through my program, I thought it was really important to define that, you know. And so that's what I've done. A happy horse is connected, relaxed, responsive, confident, has impulsion, is flexible, and wants to be in harmony with you.
Yes.
And so now how do you do that? And when something goes wrong, what do you do? So I figured that I'm destined to travel the world and save horse-human relationships from confusion, frustration, danger, boredom, and disaster. That's what I do. I put horses and people back together.
That's a wonderful thing to do. It has to be very rewarding too.
Oh, I love it. I love it. You know, I care about it, and I'm passionate about it. And, you know, at an age where a lot of people would think, oh, retirement looks nice, I feel like I'm on the next upward swing.
You're
you know?
retiring at 35?
Oh, good one.
I was going to say you look way too young to retire anyway. So, yeah, so we'd like your secret, wouldn't we?
Right.
Yeah, you can't retire. The world
No,
relies on
It's
you.
impossible.
You are probably the most well-known worldwide, definitely female, most well-known female horse psychologist, and definitely the most looked up to and admired by far. And that has to be a good feeling, to know that people are having their relationships with their horses improved because of you. You have to walk away
It
from
is-
the end of a
it's very
clinic
rewarding.
or a visit with somebody and go, that feels good.
It does. It feels good because, you know, when I help people get what they want with their horse, I mean, there's no better feeling than that, you know. But I often am not thinking about, I'm actually surprised when people know me. And it's funny because, you know, this cap and my ponytail is kind of my brand. And if I'm not wearing this, people don't recognize me.
Who are you?
Yeah. You know, they'll
You
go,
need to have a brand that's just the cap with the ponytail
I
sticking
know,
out.
that's it. Well, actually, I talked
Maybe
about
you
it at
could sell
one time.
them.
Yeah, a cap with a clip-on ponytail.
I'd wear it. I'd
Yeah.
try blonde.
Anyway, so, you know, it surprises me that I am that well known because I just think about, you know, the results that I want to help people get. But I don't know if you've done this, but some years ago, I defined my core values because everything that you're about is reflected in who's around you and what you do. And it helps you make decisions when you know what your core values are and you don't get lost. And so one of my core values is to make a difference. And I do that every day. You know, my other ones are health, personal growth, make a difference, and loyalty. And I feel a lot of loyalty to the horse and to my partners, my students, and, you know, to people who are doing good work in the horse industry. It's important to me.
I think other than that list, the only one I would add to that, and it kind of really is in all of those, is integrity. Because to me, I feel like, great, your name, your reputation is so much more important than any amount of riches in the whole world. So to me, but I think those all go along with loyalty and with what you do. I don't think you can do that without integrity. I really don't, because I think the horse needs
Oh, they
that.
spot it.
Yes, they do. A mile
spot it
off.
anyway.
They do. They do.
You got a halter behind your back. No, it's a cookie in my hand, I promise.
They know all.
Can't cheat them.
Do you think in this world that we're in now, and I see this a lot, and I see it when I visit racetracks, I see like massive improvements in horse welfare. And I feel like what you do to me is absolutely foundational now as we grow and evolve in sports, and as more than ever people are looking at, are we taking care of our horses? And it goes, and it's crazy because some people say to me, oh, you go to racetracks, how awful, they're so awful to their horses. You're wrong. I've been on the backside of too many tracks. I'm not saying there aren't bad people, because there are bad people everywhere. But what I see is toys, games, out to be grazed, hand grazed, baths, grooming, scratches, therapies, love. I see loads of that. And I see that as much in racing as I do in any other horse barn I've been in. And that you have to see that evolving and
for
see
sure.
what you do play into that so well.
Yeah, well, I've been doing this for 35 years, I think it is now. And the level of awareness has never been higher than it is now. And also the level of tolerance has never been lower, you know, and thanks to social media, there's a lot of things that are exposed and you can't get away with anything anymore. Yeah. And I think it's a good thing. I know that it has threatened a lot of people, and so it should.
It should.
But it's cleaning up the industry, and it needs it.
It does, doesn't it? Because they are our partners.
Yeah.
And if we don't treat them as such.
And really, for the first time in history, you know, we have them for our hobby, you know, where before they were our tractors and our warfare machines and our transport, you know, and now we have them because we love them and we want them. And so there's a whole different level of affection that we feel for them. And before, if horses were taken care of mainly to make sure that they didn't break down because they were your tractors and your cars and your whatever. Oh, that's your little wind-up, Winnie. Wind it up, Linda.
Oh, I like that. Yeah. Wind-up Winnie. That's got a whole new name now.
Yeah, we have a wind-up Winnie.
Wind-up Winnie.
That's right.
That's fantastic.
I forgot what I was saying.
Well, anyway, well said. Anyway, I agree.
You know, that because we want them as our sport and our hobbies and our pets in a way, it's a very different approach that a lot of people have towards horses now.
It is.
Yeah, it used to be that if you had a car, you were rich. Now, if you have a horse, you're rich. So we switched.
Not for long.
Yeah,
not for long.
Not for long.
Happy horse, happy life. I love it. We're coming back. We're going to keep Linda with us, and we're going to add Luis Lucio. So we're excited to have both of them with us. Stay with us on the Horse Talk Show. Equine Therapy International offers state-of-the-art equipment to enhance your horse's performance, fitness, strength, and rehabilitation with hand-picked and proven range of products, including PEMF and massage therapy rugs, leg wraps, boots, pads, and lasers, equine water treadmills, cold salt water spas, combi floors, dry treadmills, solariums, nebulizers, and more. For more information, go to equinetherapyint.com or find them on social media. Repair, perform, and recover with Equine Therapy International.
DAC Vitamins and Minerals has been making a world of difference for 35 years. Do you know what sets DAC apart? We use chelation minerals from Alltech, which allows for better absorption. DAC is the only supplement company Alltech provides ingredients for. We have our nutritionist, Performance Horse Nutrition, NASP, which is the quality seal, which guarantees our products and ensures our use of quality ingredients. DAC gives you a guaranteed analysis in every 1 ounce scoop, a 60-day money-back guarantee. Doesn't your partner deserve the best? Visit feeddac.com.
At Florida HVAC Services, air conditioning is a mathematical process. There's no guessing in what size unit your home needs. Florida HVAC Services uses manual J-heat load calculations in diagnosing to guarantee your home is sized properly to control humidity and temperature, thus providing comfort all year round. With flat rate pricing, trained experts, and total peace of mind. For more information, go to flhvacservices.com. They are the air you breathe. The Larson family has been farming hay in Idaho for generations, with a mission to always provide high-quality hay products at a fair and reasonable price. Larson Hay loves to meet new customers while always honoring the ones they already have. Find Larson Hay on the web at larsonhay.com, like them on Facebook, and definitely visit one of their locations. Larson Hay, Idaho's finest alfalfa, and our television broadcast sponsor.
This show is brought to you in part by Seminole Feed Stores, family owned since 1934. Manufacturing fixed formula horse feeds with mindful monitoring and quality ingredients right here in Ocala in an all-natural, non-medicated feed mill. Seminole Feed, simply the world's best and safest feed. Like them on Facebook now or find them at SeminoleFeed.com.
Grateful for the foundation of excellence laid over 40 years ago by their founders, Peterson Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care continues to provide excellence in ambulatory and emergency care, surgery, internal medicine and sports medicine with a lab and pharmacy, as well as the best in reproductive services at their Advanced Facility Center in Summerfield. For more information, find them at petersonsmith.com or like them on Facebook now.
Hey, this is Buck Brannaman. You're listening to the Horse Talk Show.
Back on the Horse Talk Show, presented by Peterson Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care. Thank you to Larson Farms, our television broadcast sponsor.
Idaho's finest alfalfa.
I'm Louisa Barton.
I'm Dancing Pete
And
Rhoda.
if you wonder why I'm laughing, it's because the breaks are funny on the show.
Oh, yeah. We should be filming the breaks.
I know. Well, we are, I think. So Pete's hands are sweaty. Pete, do you want to tell me why your hands are sweaty?
Because Linda Parelli's here. Linda is my mentor, and so I don't know. I haven't had sweaty palms for like a year and a half
she
on the
was last
show.
on the show.
Yeah, since the last time
I'm
she
going
was
to
on
take
the
it as
show.
a compliment.
It's a compliment. I'm trying to do right.
Yeah, so funny. So we have Linda Parelli with us, world-renowned Linda Parelli. She doesn't think of herself as that way, but we do. So we're always very, very excited to have her with us. And she has a guest that she has brought with her. We're very excited to have with us. And that is Luis Lucio. Luis, it's lovely to have you with us.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Very nice to be here again. Thank you very much for the invitation.
Nice little Ocala pin I see you have on now.
Great.
Tell us a little bit of your background for our viewers. Did you grow up in a horse family?
Well, I was showing a lot of interest to horses already very early when I was young, but in my family we didn't have horses. That was something very personal. I was waiting till 8 years old to go to the school because at that time it was not possible to ride in Barcelona in a riding school if you were not older than 8 years old.
Really?
And since I began, I never stopped it. I was studying economics in the Barcelona University, but my heart was always with horses.
Your heart was not with economics.
Yeah.
Horses don't always make for good economics anyway, do they?
As soon as I could, I began to do a little professionally, like a game, getting some pocket money, helping friends or people who wouldn't ride. And the more and more I was becoming professional, and suddenly at the end I just stopped the project of being a normal economic expert, and I tried to do a better rider.
That's wonderful. So what was your first horse experience? Was the riding school?
Yes, when I was in a nice school in Barcelona, the typical lessons with people one after the other in a queue and just
yes, that's how I did riding lessons too. I think that's how it was, wasn't it?
And that was the best experience of the week. I was the whole week waiting for my lessons in the weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
That was what you looked forward to the most?
This feeling of being on a horse that I was just dreaming and enjoying since the first day. And I couldn't stop in my life.
Hasn't teaching changed so much now? For me, I remember as a very young child, the riding instructor yelling and, I think it's
That
very
still
different
happens.
now.
That can still happen. But Lewis is not a
There's
yeller.
a lot of yelling. Well, we were a big group of us, and I'm sure we were children.
So, Luis,
Thanks
you've
for me.
taken this all the way to the Olympics, correct?
Yes.
So you represented Spain?
Yes, into Olympics in Sydney 2000 and previously in Atlanta 96. I was as a rider. But it was a very interesting experience for me because after that I became the technical director of Spanish dressage department. And then I went to Rio as a chef d'equipe and head selector. It was a very nice experience living the Olympics from the point of view of a rider and from the point of view of coach and chef d'equipe. Amazing.
Impressive resume.
Yeah.
Well, I think you should talk about the Young Talents program that
of
you
course,
did too, because
I
that
did
was groundbreaking.
Some more things, because I was also developing a very nice program for the young people in Spain, because I did some studies of high performance in the sports in the University of Madrid, and because it was quite unique study that give you as a trainer in whatever sport a good overview about how to perform at a high level. The Spanish Federation engaged me to create a program for the talents for young people, and we were doing that with a quite big success for more than 12 years. And we had the collaboration of experts in in sports psychologists, and also in personal physical training for riders, and also the technical part of horses that I was doing. And this mix between these three areas give us a new overview about how to train riders for the competition. And I learned a lot, and also we got big success.
That's wonderful to teach that to the young folks, because it's so important. It really is. How much do you feel that the horse's personality traits affect how that horse performs more under stress when it gets into competition? Some horses, you see, they train just fine, but maybe they go to a competition and suddenly they don't do so well. How much do you think of the horse's personality plays into that? I'm a big horse personality person. You know I am. Yes.
Of course, the specific personality of a horse can influence more or less how they perform in competitions. But normally all the horses who go to shows, they get quite used to go. And then I have to tell you that my personal experience, not only myself as a rider and trainer and coaching in all levels, also as dealing with many for 11 years with all our teams for all the categories, I would say you that the horses are better behaving under changes if they have a little training than humans. This is more the anxiety.
It's a people problem.
The anxiety of riders creates more factors to limit the performance that horses. Of course, they change, but normally we change a little more.
So, what is the connection between you and Linda? How did you meet Linda, and what did Linda's influence do for your horse?
That was a fantastic history. That was 2000. I was just coming back from Olympics in Sydney with a big success. We got Olympic diploma as a team. That means that I had already some experience about the sport, but I knew that I needed understanding more horse behavior. And then I knew that a friend of mine who had already a relation with Linda and Pat, they told me, listen, Linda and Parelli, they are very experts on horse psychology. They are coming to Barcelona to do a kind of event. Would you like to see them? And I get some information and say, of course. And I went to see them. And then, of course, my friend prevented Linda and Pat that I will come, and they were waiting for me. They were playing with horses, and I was looking at that. Really impressive. And then they were very welcome me, and we went for lunch together. And after the lunch, we were talking about horses, of course. And Linda said, "Oh, Luis, I know that you are the dressage rider, and you are very interested on horses, and you are a horse trainer. And which is the aspect that you are more interested about horses, the physical training, the mental training, or the emotional training?" And I thought, what does it mean, mental and emotional training? I was already stuck in the first question. And then I thought, we need to talk about that. And that's exactly the picture of what it was. Because you can have more or less experience in deal with the body of the horses. That's what normally we have in sport world. But we need a lot to improve in understanding horse behavior, mental and emotional. And that's where everything began. And I think that was the point, the critical point which changed my approach to training since that day.
Amazing. So Olympics and Linda Parelli, good combo.
Yeah.
We've got to go to break, but we are going to come right back with our guests on the second half of the show. Stay with us. Grateful for the foundation of excellence laid over 40 years ago by their founders, Peterson Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care continues to provide excellence in ambulatory and emergency care, surgery, internal medicine and sports medicine, with a lab and pharmacy, as well as the best in reproductive services at their Advanced Facility Centre in Summerfield. For more information, find them at petersonsmith.com or like them on Facebook now. The Larson family has been farming hay in Idaho for generations, with a mission to always provide high-quality hay products at a fair and reasonable price. Larson Hay loves to meet new customers while always honouring the ones they already have. Find Larson Hay on the web at larsonhay.com, like them on Facebook, and definitely visit one of their locations. Larson Hay, Idaho's finest alfalfa, and our television broadcast sponsor.
Faulty wiring is the leading cause of barn fires, and equine facilities have special electrical needs. The knowledgeable and licensed team of electricians at Pat Myers Electric will ensure you can achieve your vision for a safe and functional horse facility. For new builds, rewires, and updating, Pat Myers Electric team is ready to jump in and help keep your horses safe. With a farm of our own, we know you cannot take chances. For all your current barn needs, go to PatMyersElectric.com.
We're a unique, tough breed. We work long, hard hours making sure your horses are healthy and properly shod, because Well, we farriers know horses perform better when they're properly shod and healthy. You want quality horse products, supplements, and farrier supplies at affordable prices, and you won't settle for anything less.
TT Distributors is dedicated to quality horse products, supplements, and farrier supplies at affordable prices. Racehorse or a pasture pony, TT Distributors has what you need. 7715 West Highway 40, Ocala.
This show is brought to you in part by Seminole Feed Stores, family owned since 1934. Manufacturing fixed formula horse feeds with mindful monitoring and quality ingredients right here in Ocala in an all-natural, non-medicated feed mill. Seminole Feed, simply the world's best and safest feed. Like them on Facebook now or find them at SeminoleFeed.com.
At Florida HVAC Services, air conditioning is a mathematical process. There's no guessing in what size unit your home needs. Florida HVAC Services uses manual J-heat load calculations in diagnosing to guarantee your home is sized properly to control humidity and temperature, thus providing comfort all year round. With flat rate pricing, trained experts, and total peace of mind. For more information, go to flhvacservices.com. They are the air you breathe.
Cut through the noise and distinguish your business with a custom vehicle wrap from Smash Wraps. Get noticed with eye-catching vehicle wraps that showcase your brand's identity and earn you more business. If you're looking for a custom-designed vinyl wrap for horse trailers, box trucks, cars, or pickup trucks, for a single fleet vehicle, or for 100, no job is too big for the Smash Wraps team. Make your appointment to set your business apart today. Find us on social media or at smashwraps.com. And remember, don't just wrap it, smash wrap it.
Welcome back to the Horse Talk Show. She's got the gift of the gab, and her guests are fab. Presented by Palm Chevrolet, your hometown Chevy experience.
The Horse Talk Show broadcasts from the CEP's Equine Studios in downtown Ocala in the horse capital.
I'm Tick Maynard, and you're listening to the Horse Talk Show.
Back on the second half of the Horse Talk Show, presented by Palm Chevrolet, your hometown Chevy experience. Thank you to Larson Farms. They're our television broadcast sponsor.
Idaho's finest alfalfa.
I'm Louisa Barton.
I'm Dancing Pete Rhoda.
We just call him Sweaty Hands for short.
Oh, gosh. I'm not being honest on this show anymore.
We have Linda Parelli with us, and we also have Luis Lucio with us, and we have been talking horse.
Talking horse. From my experience as a trainer and teaching professionals to beginners, I get a lot of people that don't want to do groundwork.
Yeah.
Even though the riding school, Spanish riding school, they do groundwork all the time. But what's the disconnect? So why is groundwork important in your opinion?
Well, first, I agree with you. In the sport world, we have the habit to do groundwork because we are perhaps more concerned about working soon in the body and the tools and strategies that traditionally we use to control the horse mentality, emotions, and behavior are quite basic, like turning in the launch, making energy spending. Then I think the key point of this work on the ground is this control of the emotions and the mental, establishing a nice connection with the horse, dealing with the fear, with the leadership, with the motivation, with the understanding, with the decisions, with the relaxation. And this is a very important missing point in the traditional sport training. And I was absolutely not doing at all before I met Linda Parelli in 2000. And since then, I have been developing the knowledge and understanding, and now I think is a very crucial part, not only for my personal training with horses, also in order to suggest students and competitors and riders to include in their abilities to get a better connection with horses.
I think one of the best moments when I saw him talk about that was that when riders come in to study with him, he watches them ride for a few minutes. And I asked him what he's looking at. And he said, I look at the relationship, the decisions, and the technical model in that order. And he said, if the relationship is not there, there's no point trying to, what kind of decisions are you going to make? And then you cannot talk about technical elements when the horse is terrified or fighting.
Because your end result is going to be failure if the first part's not right.
And so he'll say that to people, you're a very good rider and your horse is very advanced, but the relationship has got a lot of difficulty because the horse is tense and he can't focus and he doesn't really want to be with you in this arena. That's kind of like, the truth. And then he says, but we can't fix that from the saddle. We have to fix the relationship from the ground. And I think that's the best description that I've ever heard.
That makes so much sense.
Because we've kind of grown up with it, you know, and it's second nature to us, but in the sport world, it's not.
No.
And by talking about it in terms of the relationship, I think is huge.
Do you think that's why people don't do the groundwork, because they're really good riders, but when they get on the ground, they're fumbling all over?
Maybe they don't have the connection with the horse.
And they don't know. They don't know that as a strategy. Of course, they don't have the ability to control a rope or a stick or move around, or they feel a little more insecure, and they don't practice. But because it's only a question of knowing and understanding. But I am sure, because that's my experience, the higher the level of the riders, when they begin to know that, the more interested they are, because improve the communication and the relationship with your horse is the number one priority if you want to perform better. And many times, I would say 80% of the time, the factor who is limiting the performance is this relation, more than the technical parts.
Yeah, because a lot of times I watch people on the ground from point A to point B to get saddled up, and I learn more about how they're going to ride from that walk.
Absolutely.
And don't you think it's kind of like galloping before you can trot? I mean, that's the way I look at it. To me, there should be steps and it should be ground. And when everything in the ground is good and the connection is good, and the horse and
it's safe.
And the rider, yes, have that connection and understand each other, have a good relationship, then you're going to start, when you start teaching somebody to ride, you don't put them on the horse and get them to canter or gallop, do you? You put them on the horse and they walk, especially if they're beginner, right? They just walk. So, I mean, it's like skipping part of the stages if you skip. I want to switch up here because I don't want to miss out on mentioning the saddle. So, yes, the saddle. Tell us about the saddle.
It's quite a provocative.
Equilibrio, it is.
Equilibrio, we have to say it with a Spanish accent.
Mm-hmm, much better.
Yes. So I'm going to start the story because I've known Luis since 2000. It's a long time. We've been very good friends. And every time I was in Europe, I'd try and go and spend a few days with him, riding with him. And I'd get to ride his top horses, which was amazing. But I was always in his saddles, which was a little small for me. But they were very precise in how they positioned the rider. And I thought it was great, but I didn't like the way they sat on the horse, because I'm all about, you know, that the horse has the freedom and the comfort, and a lot of saddles are too tight. So we've kind of had this back and forth for many, many years. And then one day he said to me, Linda, we have to design a saddle. And I'm like, no.
That's difficult.
Yeah, because I know what it takes to do that. How many prototypes and the time and the money, like it's really fraught with a lot of difficulty. And he said, no, we have to do it. And so Luis said, come on, try. He said, let's do it. And I said, okay, 3 prototypes. That's all I'm doing. And then I'm out. We got it in 2.
Ooh, well done.
It was incredible. Yes. And so basically, Luis has designed the top of the saddle for riders to be really perfectly positioned, and you should ask him about that. And then I've designed the underside of the saddle so horses can be, what's that word? Happy.
So on the top of the saddle,
yeah,
when I ride in my dressage saddle, it's very open.
You have a dressage saddle?
Oh yes, ma'am. So, but I've gotten on students' dressage saddles and it locks you in. Which one how did you design the top of your saddle?
Well,
Just something I pictured dancing Pete Roder.
You need a photo now.
Go ahead, Louis.
Okay.
Louis.
If you are facing dynamics with your horse in dressage, you want to go in trot, sit, go in canter, you have to have a quite of stability in the saddle. That means that your positioning should be quite steady when there is dynamics, and also, very important, you have to be able to do rising and sitting trot in a nice balance. That some saddles don't allow you because they send you in a more chair seat. And of course, you need to have a little restriction.
Structure.
Sorry?
Structure.
Or structure? Or what is it? You need to be controlled where you are. Of course, if your body is in the right place to perform, you don't feel this restriction.
Right.
But if we are a little going around, of course, the saddle helps you to come there. But once you are in your right organization in your body, you shouldn't feel that you are restricted, I think.
You don't. In fact,
So is this available? Is this something?
yes,
that-
we have just launched it literally 2 days ago. When you called me, I went,
exciting.
well, this would be great.
Nice timing.
But you can see in some of the before and after pictures here, the transformation is incredible and it's immediate. And riders, including myself, when we got in the saddle for the first time, we're like, oh, that's
this
how
is
you're
what we
supposed
were
to
missing.
sit. It's really extraordinary. I can't believe that we've achieved what we set out to achieve.
That's
Because
amazing.
it's amazing. And Luis always says to people, you better don't try it because you're going to want it.
Oh,
That
dear.
People ride better. I mean, some of those photos are people who are not very advanced riders at all. And the change in them is incredible.
Amazing. So how do people check out?
HappyHorseHappyLife.com. Or you
place
can,
to go.
yes, or you can Google Equilibrio saddle.
I don't
and
know how
it'll
we
take
just
us
did
there.
3 segments and it wasn't enough.
It's
I have
always the
gifts
way,
for
isn't
you
it?
both.
Thank you
have
very
to travel
much.
the world with them and take photos everywhere you go. And
Thank
piranha
you.
goodies.
Thank
I want to
you.
thank you both for being here. I could have done 3 more segments with you, so we'll
Thank
have
you
to have
always
you come
for
back.
having me on.
Wait,
It's such a pleasure.
Lewis comes, what, every 3 months?
Every 2 months, I bring
We
him
should
out.
just make a day
He's
then.
my coach, and I make everybody else study with him.
Thank you
because
both.
it's really important. Thank you for having us.
Yes.
Thank you.
Lovely. Please come back next time. We'll be right back with who, Pete?
Tommy the Fence Turner.
Stay with us.
Equifence.
World-class equine rehab promoting faster recovery is available at the Equine Performance Centre Ocala. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy, an underwater treadmill, a saltwater spa, an aquapacer, magna wave, a vibration plate, swimming pool, massage and laser therapies. With post-surgical care, memberships, packages and BOGOs. EPC delivers a rejuvenated horse through proven and innovative rehab. Like Equine Performance Centre now on Facebook and find them on the web at epcrehab.com.
We're a unique, tough breed. We work long, hard hours making sure your horses are healthy and properly shod because, well, we farriers know horses perform better when they're properly shod and healthy. You want quality horse products, supplements, and farrier supplies at affordable prices, and you won't settle for anything less.
TT Distributors is dedicated to quality horse products, supplements, and farrier supplies at affordable prices. Racehorse or a pasture pony, TT Distributors has what you need. 7715 West Highway 40, Ocala.
Cut through the noise and distinguish your business with a custom vehicle wrap from Smash Wraps. Get noticed with eye-catching vehicle wraps that showcase your brand's identity and earn you more business. If you're looking for a custom-designed vinyl wrap for horse trailers, box trucks, cars, or pickup trucks, for a single fleet vehicle, or for 100, no job is too big for the Smash Wraps team. Make your appointment to set your business apart today. Find us on social media or at smashwraps.com. And remember, don't just wrap it, smash wrap it.
At Palm Chevrolet in Ocala, our customers say it best.
Oh, the prices were great. They were actually unbeatable.
Thanks, Miss Delara. At Palm Chevy, we do our best to give you our best price and payment without the games. And our entire team is committed to making your experience in sales or service pleasant and hassle-free.
It's been a pleasure doing business around here.
Thanks, Mr. Hars. And we think you'll agree. Visit us today at Palm Chevrolet, Southwest College Road in Ocala, or at palmchevrolet.com. Find new roads.
Equine Therapy International offers state-of-the-art equipment to enhance your horse's performance, fitness, strength, and rehabilitation with hand-picked and proven range of products, including PEMF and massage therapy rugs, leg wraps, boots, pads, and lasers, equine water treadmills, cold saltwater spas, combi floors, dry treadmills, solariums, nebulizers, and more. For more information, go to equinetherapyint.com or find them on social media. Repair, perform, and recover with Equine Therapy International.
This is Charlotte Cannon, and you are listening to the Horse Talk Show.
Back on the Horse Talk Show, presented by Palm Chevrolet, your hometown Chevy experience. Thank you to Larson Farms. They're our television broadcast sponsor.
Idaho's finest alfalfa.
I'm Louisa Barton.
I'm Danson Pete Rhoda.
And we have got
Tommy the Fence Turner from Equifence
of Florida. Hey, how about that for a welcome?
That's great. I have a bone to pick with Pete, though.
Oh, God.
He told me I made his palms sweaty, and I'm a little disappointed in this. So who else is he telling us to?
I think it's his line.
It is. Don't trust him.
No.
Don't.
Yeah.
If he ever tells you that, don't trust him.
Linda always makes him like that.
Okay. Thank you.
No time.
I mean, I spent
She has that effect. I know he is.
quite a few years on campus learning from Linda, so and then So
if you're going to have an idol, she's one to have.
Okay.
Yeah, she's kind of mine too, actually. My
Fair
palms
enough.
don't sweat, but so let's talk about fencing horses and other fences. So, what's new in your world? There's some pretty cool fiberglass fence, isn't there?
Yeah, I think we touched on it last time I was on. Sorry about the other week. I know I was supposed to be on it. I was sick, but
We'd rather you not share that with us.
yeah, I mean, there's some things we don't want to share, and that's probably one of them. So the fiberglass post and rail fencing, it's
interesting looking.
It is very interesting. So what we're looking at here is basically what we use to connect the rails, either to go straight, make a turn. We've got 90-degree turn. We'll start up top. That is a 45, and then the next one down would be just the straight connection. The next one is the 90-degree turn, and the bottom one is the T bracket. So you can tie into a straight line and come off that and go a different direction.
And what are the posts made out of?
It's all fiberglass.
Oh,
So how do horse people feel about this?
Well, it's pretty.
Horse people are funny about new things.
They are, and they love the idea of it. The look is a very Western.
I was going to say, I feel like we're in Texas.
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
That steel pipe and rail, much more cost efficient than the steel. Lifetime warranty on this stuff. 20 year on the paint.
Wow.
There's really nothing to get hung up on, get hurt on. The gates are unbelievable.
Risk of boards breaking.
No boards breaking. No boards breaking.
What about breakaway if a horse gets cast, rolls its legs into it?
Well, there's nothing to get hung up in. That's the beauty of the stuff. There's really nothing to get hung up in, and there's enough space between each rail that there's nothing.
Don't say that about horses.
I know.
I know. Where there's a will, there's a horse in the way.
In the way. You're 100% right.
He knows he's a horseman.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. If they can, they will.
He's transported horses, so he's seen it all.
All of it. I've been standing on the side of the road in Hartford, Connecticut, holding a horse by their nose because he ripped his halter off and kicked out the back doors of the trailer.
So you do know they do go looking for trouble.
They will find a way.
Yes, they will.
It's amazing how hard you can hold on when that's the case.
Yeah.
Here in Florida, where we live, with all the humidity and the heat and the wet and then the dry, which, as we know from looking at tree limbs, are a prime example of soak up water, get really heavy, then we have winter, hardly have any rain, and all that dryness comes in and stuff snapping and all. And the fences, it's wood. I mean,
Well, it's organic.
Even pressure treated is
still organic. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So this fence would hold up to a big branch landing on it?
I mean, there's going to be an extent that
there's so
could
much weight,
give.
right?
Okay.
I can tell you. So the 1-inch rail, they come in 36-foot sticks. You can take that 1-inch rail, 36 foot, and actually flex it completely back around end to end. So it has a lot of flex to it. Don't let it go and have anybody in the way, because that's bad. But we haven't tried it yet.
Do not try this event.
Do not try this. So it has enough flex and give that it's not rigid enough to be fragile. I'm going to use the word fragile.
Right.
The posts, same concept. Once they're in the ground and set, if you push on them, they're going to flex enough that you're only going to move maybe the top 10 inches that's in the ground, and then it's going to go back to zero. When I say zero, wherever you set it,
right,
and it's set there, that's where that post is going to return to every time.
How easy is it to install?
Really easy, actually.
You like that part?
Especially for me, if I hire you.
I don't really. It's super difficult. No, it's not bad. So there's some tricks with it. You have to get it super straight, because if you don't get the posts directly in line with each other, you will see.
So I shouldn't install it.
No.
Unless I learn from you.
No, I definitely need. We need to spend some time together, Pete.
Very straight.
Yeah. Posts really have to be in line with each other. The up and down, to get that flow, that needs to be right. But I mean, it's just knowing how to install fence correctly from the beginning. It's just another material for us. But the product itself is what really shines, though.
Long lasting.
Yeah, I mean, and really, this product, you can if you wanted to, you could pull it out of the ground. You take it apart, pull it out of the ground, and ship it to your next farm. It's really that universal, and it's really not super difficult to put together, as long as you can get a few things
now
right.
I want to switch gears again because I want to fit this in as well. In your spare time, when you're not building fence, you're doing a lot of land clearing too.
Yeah, we're doing some land clearing, some site work. Yep.
So if somebody buys a place that I've looked at a few pieces of land lately, a little closer to town, and some of them need a lot of work on them before they're very overgrown, before you can even consider putting a fence up. So you can come in and do all of that prep.
Absolutely. Yeah, so and we work with...
You can even tear massive trees out of the ground.
Or pull rocks.
Oh my God, the old Bobcat T250.
And I'm not one to take out trees, but that was not native. It should not have been there. And it was in an extremely unfortunate spot.
It was in a really unfortunate spot. This is just light work for what we can do now. This is...
I was going to say, you pulled rocks from our place.
We have... Yeah,
equipped.
That old skid there, boy, she has seen better days. She got the job done, though.
We've got a nice lineup, I think, of pictures of your equipment now. You've got some.
Got a fleet.
Yeah, he's got a fleet. He's got a fleet.
There you go.
That's the workforce right there.
That's it.
And you have a guy working for you that really knows his dirt.
Yes, so I have a dirt guy, site guy. You know, him coming on was the start of this. So.
And then you can paint the wooden fences too now.
Yep.
Got Chase.
Got Chase.
Painting the fences
Countryside coatings. Yep.
Now, how long after you put a wood fence in the ground should you paint it?
Let it sit minimum 60 days. We try and give it at least 60 days. If we're getting a lot of rain during the summer, the rainy season, you might need to go a little bit longer. And it's not so much the water content in the wood, it's the pressure treatment itself. You want that to gas. If not, you're going to create lift, and that paint's going to want to peel. So you want that you really want that wood to gas. And then, which most paint companies, they don't paint the bottom side of the board, and that's very common. You want that material to be able to breathe. If you seal that board completely, you're going to wind up with a shell of paint. Mm-hmm. And that you're just really just going backwards if you try and paint the whole board. So yeah, and then paint's really going to extend the life of that organic product.
You're the fence man expert, you are. There's nothing about fence that you don't know.
I've been doing it for about 3 weeks now. I've learned a lot.
Yeah. He stayed in a Holiday Inn Express last night.
Hey, I heard the wind up Winnie.
The wind up Winnie. Wind up. We got to wind it up.
You got to check out Equifence of Florida. Tommy the fence turner, he's the man, and any of your fencing needs he can take care of. Residential, commercial, farms. He does lots and lots of farms, and he does a great job, and he's a horseman, so you get an expert, which is fantastic. We're going to make him sit there for the last segment just for fun, so we'll be right back. Stay with us.
Love presents itself in so many ways. It can be difficult to describe the bond between human and horse because it really transcends words. As we prepare for each ride, the most important thing in our mind is our horse's health and safety. Are we playing our part in this remarkable relationship? We want to go to sleep every night knowing that we did everything in our power to preserve this special bond. Piranha Animal Health, for the love of the horse.
World-class equine rehab promoting faster recovery is available at the Equine Performance Center Ocala. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy, an underwater treadmill, a saltwater spa, an aquapacer, MagnaWave, a vibration plate, swimming pool, massage and laser therapies. With post-surgical care, memberships, packages and BOGOs, EPC delivers a rejuvenated horse through proven and innovative rehab. Like Equine Performance Center now on Facebook and find them on the web at epcrehab.com. Equine Equine Therapy International offers state-of-the-art equipment to enhance your horse's performance, fitness, strength, and rehabilitation with hand-picked and proven range of products, including PEMF and massage therapy rugs, leg wraps, boots, pads, and lasers, equine water treadmills, cold salt water spas, combi floors, dry treadmills, solariums, nebulizers, and more. For more information, go to equinetherapyint.com or find them on social media. Repair, perform, and recover with Equine Therapy International. Ocala Dog Ranch offers a variety of services for your dog, including agility training, barn hunt training, board and train, boarding long and short term, daycare, day training, dock diving training and competitions, disc dog, swimming lessons and pool rentals, lure coursing, and obedience training classes. Check out Ocala Dog Ranch at ocaladogranch.com. Ocala Dog Ranch is your home away from home for your dog and more. The team of professionals at Equifence of Florida specialize in equestrian fencing, offering great communication, quality fencing, and all done in a timely manner. Reliable service with horse safety in mind all the time. Also offering customized residential, vinyl, wood, aluminium, and chain link fences services. Equifence of Florida, quality fencing done right to keep your animals safe. For more information, find Equifence of Florida on Facebook now.
Hello, I'm Chris Cox, and you're listening to the Horse Talk Show.
Back on the final segment of the Horse Talk Show for this week, brought to you by Palm Chevrolet, your hometown
Chevy experience.
Thank you, Pete. Thank you to Larson Farms, though, our television broadcast sponsor.
Idaho's finest alfalfa.
I'm Louisa Barton.
I'm Dancing Pete Rhoda.
And we still got Tommy the fence turner in here with us. Because
and that's why we're laughing.
No, it really is. So, it's time to go to Dancing Pete's Tip of the Week.
Dancing Pete's Tip of the Week, brought to you by Complimentary Horsemanship. This tip is sponsored by WildlifeWorksLLC.com for your unwanted wild critters removal.
Yeah.
Today's tip of the week is straightness on trail loading. So in dressage, we talk a lot about straightness on when you ride, go down center line, straight on the circle, all those things. In my book, trail loading is the same. So when your horse is not straight, he's telling you that if there was not a wall on one side, he would go onto the trailer and off in that direction. When he's actually straight going in, that means he feels comfortable going all the way in, or as far as he can. As soon as he starts getting crooked, that's when he starts getting nervous. Now, straight loads are a problem because they make him go straight. So you'll see a horse kind of looking back because he can't turn his body. So straightness is the key of trail loading.
That makes sense.
There you go.
You know, I find myself completely distracted by this shirt. You know how you look at yourself all the time in the TV?
Oh, thanks. We're giving away secrets today.
Such a nice shirt. Thank you, Linda. Happy horse, happy life. You can get one of these too.
You need to get the Horse Talk Show, put it on.
Yeah, you're right. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
It'd be really nice.
Yeah, it's pretty good. She's going to get me another one. I'm pretty excited about that. So if you have a horse or two, you probably
have a dog
or two. It's Neil from Ocala Dog Ranch. The Horse Talk Show goes to the dogs at Ocala Dog Ranch.
Neil Hennessy, the owner of Ocala Dog Ranch. Hugs or belly rubs? Who doesn't like that? Your dog is a pack animal. It's a social animal. It likes to be interacted with you, the owner. So dogs like hugs, or if they don't like hugs, they at least like belly rubs. So get in the habit of giving your dog a hug or giving them a belly rub. Reward them for being good by giving them a hug. You know, talk to them. I do. My dog thinks I'm crazy because I have another language when I speak to my dogs. But anyway, hugs, belly rubs, they're good for dogs. We all love them. We all wish we could get them. Neil Hennessy, the owner of Ocala Dog Ranch.
Neil is spot on as always. I had to do a lot of belly rubs over the holiday weekend. I've been told on the break that perhaps my rescue dog, Mr. Marbles, is English, and that's why he's afraid of the bombs.
The fireworks, not the bombs.
Fireworks.
The fireworks.
Not the bombs, the fireworks.
But he was terrified all weekend, so there were lots of belly rubs going on. But the dogs do love that, don't they?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Oh, yes, indeed. So it was a little bit of a scary weekend. I had 3 nights of fireworks.
Wow.
I know, right? But I do want to do a shout out for Ocala Dog Ranch, because on the celebration day of independence from the Brits,
Yay.
I went in the dog pool.
You were dock diving? How far did you get?
Well, as you can see, not far.
Not very far.
Did Marbles jump in?
No, he got a life jacket from Neil, and he did have a swim around and learned how to get himself out. But he was rather clingy before the life jacket. The life jacket really helped a lot. But the retriever, although not jumping in, he did swim around in there pretty good, and he liked it a lot. He went after every single dog toy and ball that got thrown in there. But
Well, you'll have to go with Jenna and her Jack Russells. They're both swimmers.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
So Mr. Marbles got the swimming part down really good, but none of them wanted to jump. But, first time, you can't expect...
You just wanted to get cooled off.
You're right. And actually, I'll tell you something. In this weather, it's very pleasant.
Right.
And you know what? Neil told me that I didn't know. You learn something new every day, and I'm very happy that I learned this. That's a saltwater pool.
Oh,
which
nice.
is really nice. So instead of being all feeling chlorinated and bleachy afterwards, you got out and actually
it's very
felt
soft feeling, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes, I don't know if I've ever been in a saltwater pool before, honestly. And I
You've been to the ocean?
So nice. Oh, yes, of course. But I didn't think of it that way. I kept thinking that I was going to smell this really strong smell of chlorination, obviously for germs, and things, especially if you've got different dogs in and out of there. And he said, no, this is salt water. And I said, no wonder, this is so nice. So it was a really, really, really nice experience. And that was what we did on July 4th. So check it out. You can actually go online and schedule yourself a session, and you can go and borrow a life jacket for your dog so it feels comfortable, he or she feels comfortable, and give it a try, because it's really fun, and may take a few sessions before they get comfortable.
And
but
now's the time to do it, not when it turns cold.
That's right. Yeah, now is a great time to do it, actually. July, August, September, perfect weather for
And even
jumping in.
even if your dog jumps in, you should jump in just to get cooled off.
Yeah, absolutely. And you being in the water too, swimming around, really makes a big difference to their comfort level, because I was in the water and Chuck had his 2 dogs there, and he was out of the water with them up on the dock, and I was in, so it made them feel comfortable wherever they were. And you just like horses, you don't push them into anything, you don't make them do anything they don't want to do. You make it comfortable for them so they feel safe. And I took them in and out and held them, and let Mr. Marbles do a little swim around and then come back to me. And it was really nice. I really enjoyed it. It was something that I think everybody should try with their dogs. It's fun. Who knows? You might have a dock diver, you might not. But
there you go.
We got a tip here from Pat Myers Electric, switching it up a little bit to one of our other partners. We've just been talking about getting in the pool to cool off, which makes total sense, right, at this time of year. Think about your horse that can't necessarily jump in the pool at Ocala Dog Ranch, although I think it might be a whole new idea. Of course, you can jump in over at Epic.
Fans are vital for your horses in the Florida heat.
Yes. So if you do not have fans in your barn, consider that. And if you haven't had your fans and all your electrical systems checked, then
you have to have a motor. You have to have a motor that's internal so that it doesn't get wet.
Right.
So you're not supposed to use box fans. That's his biggest pet peeve.
Pat Myers,
That's right.
master electrician.
Spark of Ocala.
Pete hangs around enough of the Horse Talk Show partners to be an expert fencer, an expert electrician.
No, I'm not even close to being expert at any of that.
He's getting there.
He is.
Oh, no.
He's working on it.
I've built enough fence the last couple months to say that, but no.
No, you learn a lot though, and it is true. Do think about the heat right now as we're in July. We're in just a few weeks. This year is absolutely flying by. We're going to be in August, and really need to consider the times of day that you're riding now. Think about, mornings and evenings if you can, if that works with your schedule. Think about how you feel when it gets to the height of the heat in the day.
Summer's ends after July. August and September, and Florida is way beyond summer.
It's very warm. So think about your horse. Reach out to Pat Myers Electric if you want to get fans installed. And we are coming up here at the end of the show. It's been an incredible show. Great lineup, great guests. We've got a great show for you next week. So whether you're in Ocala, Marion County, the horse capital of the world,
or not,
happy horsing around till the same time next week.
See ya.
At Palm Chevrolet in Ocala, our customers say it best.
Oh, the prices were great. They were actually unbeatable.
Thanks, Miss Delara. At Palm Chevy, we do our best to give you our best price and payment without the games. And our entire team is committed to making your experience in sales or service pleasant and hassle-free.
It's been a pleasure doing business around here.
Thanks, Mr. Hars, and we think you'll agree. Visit us today at Palm Chevrolet, Southwest College Road in Ocala, or at palmchevrolet.com. Find new roads.
Love presents itself in so many ways. It can be difficult to describe the bond between human and horse because it really transcends words. As we prepare for each ride, the most important thing in our mind is our horse's health and safety. Are we playing our part in this remarkable relationship? We want to go to sleep every night knowing that we did everything in our power to preserve this special bond. Piranha Animal Health, for the love of the horse.